Welcome to One of Us. Thank you for being part of the project.
The first thing that comes to mind when I think about feminism is probably my sister and my mom.
Empowerment. Fight for justice.
Women.
Equity.
Purple.
Change.
Equal rights for men and women.
Education.
Being brave.
Gender equality, which is probably just a synonym.
I would say liberty, actually.
Riots and protests, and also, strangely, abortion.
The fight or support for women's rights.
The fight for the gender equality.
Women protesting for their rights.
It's an important thing that the society needs.
All the women who in my life have stood up for their rights.
Women in YouTube shorts that always argue with men.
Strong women.
Fight for her right. Not seen as a strong woman, but as an aggressive woman from the community.
Rails that I see like in Mexico or like in the city most of the time when they talk about the missing persons.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes.
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 I would say yes.
I would say yes.
I am.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
I think I do.
I do.
I do. I do.
No.
I don't think so.
It depends on what you consider as feminism.
No, to be honest.
No.
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 I think the media's perceived feminism in a different way, the way I perceive it. I think a lot of people perceive feminism as a way for us to make women more superior than men. But in my personal opinion, I think feminism should be a way for us to be equal to men, especially in this patriarchy where everything is very unequal.
Because I think the world is not fair, and probably my sex is one of the reasons that brings so many obstacles in my way to get where I want to be. And I think feminism is just a movement that I want to be a part of to at least reduce these inequalities.
I think the feminist movement gave me a platform to express what I was feeling, to find some answers also to some questions I had about why I was different, I was thinking differently from the rest of the women in my community.
If it's the person who fights for the rights of feminists, then I'm not. I don't fight for women's rights. The only thing I do is disrespect women.
Because throughout the time as I hear feminism, it's not always about equality.
I think it's really important, in the society in general, to have men and women on the same level in order to have a society that can work at its full capacity.
So with the world now and the way a wave that feminism has taken, then I would be inclined to say no, because I would not necessarily agree with some specific notions that modern day feminists do take. But do I consider myself a person who looks to emancipate and work towards women's rights? Then yes.
Because in around a long history, women have been always treated as low or inferior than men. And I think feminism is that movement that actually wants to shows the society that women is not that, like that we are capable of doing things that men actually can do as well.
Because in my understanding, men, they can't be feminists. They can support feminism in any ways that they can, but they can't be feminists because they don't suffer with the structure of power that feminism brings in.
Even though I understand I can't experience that on my own skin and on me myself, I still see the point, and I still see the movement and the importance of fighting.
I do consider myself a feminist, although a few days ago we were having this discussion with a woman who told me how men labeling themselves as feminists or white people labeling themselves as anti-racists can be detrimental to the efforts.
I fight for my right. I believe that we are not less than men. We are equal, though that we are different.
I kind of struggled with this as when I was younger, because to me being a feminist, or like the way it was portrayed, was more about like you're really involved in the fights, you go to the marches, you like, you know, and when I was like 12, 13 years old, I couldn't do that. And I think that to this day, if I were to go back home and tell my parents like, hey, I want to go to this feminist march, they'd be like, no, you're not going there. So I really struggled with that, but I, at the end of the day, I came to terms with with considering myself a feminist when I realized that feminism is so much more than just going to marches. And
everyone should be treated with the same respect and given the same value. And I think that's what feminism stands for.
I think that fighting for your rights is the most important thing that you can do in your life.